All of you. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So we are discussing about constants in PLSQL. So in the previous video, we have gone through the constants like primary key, unique key, and not null constants. So if you have not gone through the previous video, please go and watch the previous video. I had added the link in the description box. So in the today's video, we are going to discuss about check constant, default constant, and foreign key constant. So let's get started with the first constant that is called as check constant. So what is this check constant? We'll discuss now. So in this, the check constraint is used to limit the values range that can be placed in a column. If you define a check constraint on a column, it will allow only constant certain value for this column. So it will allow the values within a range for a particular column. So when you are taking input from the user, this will allow us to set certain limit, or we can say a value range, so that we can get value in a certain range. So let us create a simple table named as che underscore check. So in this, we are going to add a column that is employee number, whose data type is number, and primary key is a constant. So primary key already we have covered in the previous video. Next, employee name, data type varchar, size 20, and unique constant we have added for employee name. Similarly, commission, then number, which is not null constant, and salary, we are adding this constant that is called as check constant. So see the syntax carefully about the check constant. So this is salary, that is column name, this is number, that is data type, and this is constant. So we are writing check into bracket the range. So I want to take the values from user only in the range, or we can say which is greater than 2000. So this is my constant for the sal column. And next, job varchar. So let us try to create. So before creating, let us drop the existing table. So drop table, this is the name of table. So if I run this, the table will be dropped. Yes. Now next. So let us fire the query of table creation. So if I fire the query, you will see the output like table che underscore ck is created. Now let us try to insert the values into this particular table. So let us view the table. Select star from che underscore ck. So this is my table which we created now. Now let us insert the data into this table. That is, we have insert into chk, that is table name, values 1, that is employee number, Suhas name of employee, 1 commission, sal 3000, and job IT. So likewise, one by one I am inserting the data into this particular table. So this is first data. Likewise, second data. So yes, now the two rows are inserted. Let's see the output, or let's view the table. So this is the table in which we have inserted these two records. Now in this third record, we are trying to insert the values like you can see here. First, employee number 3, name Suhas SC, then commission 1, salary 2000, and department I am adding IT. Now let's see. So we have added the salary constraint, that is check constraint for the salary column, that should be greater than 2000. So in the first case we have added 3000, the value added successfully. Next, in the second case we have added 4000, which is greater than 2000, it is added successfully. Now in the third case we are trying to add the salary which is equal to 2000, which is not satisfying this condition, that is salary greater than 2000. So if I try to insert salary of 2000 or less than 2000, it will throw an error. So let us see the output. So you can see in this case, check constraint violated. So again, it is not allowing us to add value 2000 or less than 2000. Let us try to add value 3000. Sorry, 1000. Again, it will show the same error. Yes, again the same error has been shown here. So this is how the check constant will allow only the certain range values. So if you want to check the constraint for a particular table, you can simply click on the table name, right click on table name and select pop-up describe. So if you go in the pop-up describe, you have to go in the constraint, and all the constraints which you have applied for the table will show in this particular constraint section. So you can see check constraint we had applied for commission column. Next, again, check constraint for salary column. You can see the range. Check constraint here we have applied salary within the which is greater than 2000. So this is how you can check the different constraints which you applied during the table creation. Now next, let's move on to the next constraint, that is called as default constraint. So what is this default constraint? Let's see. So the default constraint is used to set a default value for a column. So let's suppose if user is not providing any value, so in this case it is supposed to be added null value. So in this case, if you are adding default constraint for a particular column, the value which is defined during constraint, this value will be added into that particular column. Next, the default value will be added to all new records if no other value is specified. So let us create one more table of name default default. Then employee number, as usual we are adding number, primary key, ename as usual varchar unique, commission not null, sal same as earlier, that is check constant sal greater than 2000. And next we are adding this current constraint, that is default constraint for this job column, that is default into single quote civil. So if the value is not provided for this particular job column, then by default the department or job will be set as civil. So this is the syntax you have to remember about default constraint, that is default space you have to write in single quote the particular value. Now let's create this table. So before creating, let us drop the existing table, that is drop de underscore default. So if I run this query, you will get the output default. We have to write table, default table and table name. Yes, now it will drop the table. Yes, the table is dropped. Now next, let us fire the create query. Yes, now the table default is created. Now let's view the table. Select star from de underscore fault. Now let's view the table structure. So this is the table structure. Now in this case we are adding values. So insert into default table name values. So one, that is employee number, e-name Suhas, one, that is commission, salary sal is 3000 and department, that is job IT. So likewise let us add or insert the data into the table. Yes, the first data is inserted. Next, similarly we are adding the next data. Now again in this case job mechanical is specified. So again it will take the value. Yes, now the data is inserted. Now let us view the data. The two rows we have inserted, that is this one. So these two rows are inserted. Now let's suppose, let us add one more value, one more row. So insert into default. So these are the column names. So I am interested to add only employee number, employee name, commission and salary. So values are employee number is 3, 3 will be added, name this particular name, commission 9 and sal 4000. Now in this case, try to understand, we are not adding any value in the job column. So if we have not applied any constraint for the job column, then it would have taken null value. I repeat, if we have not applied any constraint for the job column, then it would have taken null value. Now, in our case, we have added constraint called as default constraint and we have specified the value called as civil. So in this case, it will take civil as a default value. So let us try to insert. Yes, now one row is inserted. Let's see what value it had taken. So let us see the view. Select star from default. Yes. Now you can see at the third row, by default, it is taking civil. So this is how default constraint work. Now, next, what if during the creation you forgot to add constraint in the table? So how to add the constraint into the existing table? Let's see. So this is how we are adding the constraint into the existing table. So let us first create a table that name as add constraint. So we are creating table with name as add constraint. So employee number as usual, employee name as usual, commission not null, sal is check constraint, job again it is same, and next we are adding new column that is called as age. So in this case we will be applying the new constraint for the age column. So let us drop this table first. So drop table add underscore constraint. So this is the table name which will drop the existing table. If at all the table is present, it will drop. Yes, so it will delete the table. Now let us create the table. So select and run this. So you will see the table is created. Now let us view the structure. Yes, this is the structure. Now what I want to do is I want to add the constraint for this age column. I want to add constraint for the age column. Let's see how it is taking the values. So to add constraint, we have alter command. So if you have not gone through the DDL DML commands, please go and watch the DDL DML commands. Already I have created a video on it. So the link will be in the description box. So for better understanding, you can go through the DDL DML commands. So alter table. So we are altering the table, alter table, add constraint, table name, modify. So we are modifying this particular age column. What we are modifying? So we are modifying age column, number that is data type, and we are applying not null constraint for this age column. So during creation we have not applied any constraint for this age column. So we are altering the table, and after creation we are adding the new constraint that is not null constraint. Now let us fire this query. If we fire this query, you will see the output like table add constraints altered, means it had added the constraint. Now if you want to see the constraint, you can select the table name, select table name, right click and pop up describe. So when you select pop up describe, you will see all the constraint. Now you can see at the age column we had added the constraint. So here you can observe that we have added the constraint. So in this constraint, you have to go in the constraint first, select constraint section, and in constraint section you will see the constraint at column age. So suppose this is the check constraint, so you can see this is age, and check constraint we have added, that is. Okay, you can see this is age is not null, so the not null constraint will be added. So you can view the constraint by selecting the table, right clicking, and you can go in the pop-up describe. Now next, let us insert the data into this table, that is add constraint table. So insert first, I am inserting the values like first employee name, e-name, commission, all these values we are inserting. Then let us fire the queries. Yes, one row inserted. Likewise, let us insert second row. Yes, one row inserted. Next, let us insert the third row. Yes. Now it will throw an error. Now what does this error states? That unique constraint is violated. Why unique constraint is violated? So this is for the case of, you can see at the line number 281. So it is showing the error at this particular line, that the unique constraint is violated. Why unique constraint is violated? Because you can see recently we have added this particular uh, column, that is employee name. So in employee name you will see, in this case employee name, it should be unique value. So what we are trying to insert in this particular third query, that is Suhas. So in the first row we have inserted Suhas, so it is not allowing to insert this particular value. So let us write something here. So now it will allow to insert the value. So if I run this again, yes, now the row is inserted. Now let us view the table. So select star from add constraint. So let us view the data which we have added. So this is the data which we added recently. Now let us try to add null value at the edge section. So let us insert into add constraint EMP number. So employee number I am adding, E name I am adding, commission I am adding, sal I am adding, and last job I am adding. And I am not adding age column. I am not adding any value at the age column. So what it will do? It will throw an error as not null constraint, or it will not allow to store null values, because if we have not applied any constant for the age column, it would have replaced by null value. Now in this case we have applied the null constraint, not null constraint. So that's why it will not allow to add the null values. So let us run this query. Yes, so it will say that cannot insert null into the age. So this is how the not null constraint works. So I hope these two constraints are pretty much clear. So, or we can say how the constraints are added after creation of the table. Now next we have default constraints, or we can say user defined constraints. So the system defined constraint, what does it mean? So the constraint name defined by the system. For example, SYS, let me show you in the existing table. So what is this constraint? That is system defined constraint. So let us view the previous table. So previously we had created this table. So let us go in the pop describe. So in pop-up describe, if you go in the constraint section, you will see the constraint name. So this is the type of constraint like we have discussed earlier. Check constraint, primary constraint, right. Then not null constraint. So these are the constraint type. Then if you have not specified the name for the constraint, the system will define the name for the constraint, that is called as system defined constraint. So you can see this is the name of the constraint, that is check constraint. Or let's take an primary key case. In this case the constraint name defined by the system is this. So let us copy this. Let me show you. I will copy this and I will paste it here. Okay, so you can see this is the constraint which is defined by the system. In this case, system had defined the name for this particular primary key constraint case. Right. Now let's discuss about the user defined constraint. Now what is this user defined constraint? So in this we are adding, or we are giving the user defined name, or the name given by the user is called as user defined constraint. For primary key it might be a default constraint, or it might be a not null constraint, or anything, right? Now let's take an example. Let's create a table using the user defined constraint. Now in this case we will add a specific name for a particular constraint. So let us create a new table. The name of table is emp4, and let us add employee number column. Number is a data type. Now you can see the syntax. So from here the syntax will start for the user defined constraint. So constraint, then user defined name. So this is the user defined name, that is emp number. So for better understanding, I am writing the constraint name like emp number underscore pk1, that is primary key 1. Next, primary key. So this is the original type of constraint, that is primary key. Similarly, ename varchar to data type size, and this is the syntax from here which starts from here, that is constraint and space. This is the user defined name, that is ename underscore unique. So as it is unique, so I have written uk1. So this is user defined name. So when you create this table, this name will pop up at that particular point. So I will show you after the creation of the table. Next, similarly, COMM commission. So for this, we have added constraint called as COMM underscore NT1, that is not null constraint. Likewise, salary, it is sal underscore NT1, that is not null. So job, again it is not null, so not null constraint for job. So let us fire this query. So before firing, let us drop the table. So drop table, the name of table is emp4. So if I run this, the existing table will drop. Yes, so let us create a new table of emp4 by user defined constraint. So after creation, yes, the table is created. Now let's see how the constraint will look like. So if I right click on the table name, pop-up describe, and go in the constraint section, you will see constraint. So let's suppose this is a primary key first. So emp number, emp no underscore pk1. So this is constraint name which is given by the user. Likewise, unique constraint is there. For unique constraint ename, for employee name we had given name called as ename underscore uk1, that is unique constraint one. So these are the constraint, that those are called as user defined constraints. So let's move on further. Now let's take an example. There is a requirement that we want to remove the constraint from a particular column. We have created a column, we have added a constraint for a particular column, and now we want to remove the constraint for a particular column. Now, if you have hundreds of columns, it is very difficult to delete the system defined constraint. So if you are defining the constraint initially, or if you are using the user defined constraint, in this case it is very easy to remove the constraint or delete the constraint for a particular column. So let's see how it is done. So we want to remove the constraint on job column. We want to remove the constraint for the job column. So we have constraint for the job column, that is, so this is the user defined name, that is job underscore nt1, that is not null constraint. So we want to remove this constraint. So how to remove this constraint? So in this case, we have again alter table command, alter table emp4, drop constraint, simply write the user defined constraint name, that is ename uk1. So okay, let's delete for the job. Okay, so the job is, so I will copy this constraint name, job underscore nt1. So let us delete this constraint. Okay, so our requirement is to remove the constraint on the job column. So this is the job column which is having constraint name as job underscore nt1. So alter table amp4, drop constraint job underscore nt1. So let's fire the query. So if you fire the query, yes, you will see table emp4 is altered. Now the constraint is dropped. So this is how you can, after creation of the table, you can give or you can drop the constraint by using user defined constraint. So first you have to use the user defined constraints, then only you can easily drop the particular column constraint. So I hope this part is pretty much clear. Now let's move on to the last part, that is foreign key constraint. Now, what is this foreign key constraint? This is very important from again interview point of view. Again, there might be a number of questions or there might be a number of queries based on the foreign key constraint. So let's get started with the foreign key constraint. So first, let me tell you, in foreign key, what we are doing is we are connecting the two tables. We are making two tables interdependent with each other. So in this case, there is a there is a master table and there is a child table. Let us see first what is master table and what is child table. So let me take you through the paint. So in this table, you will see that is this one is a child table. This is child table in which, or we can say this is a transaction table in which mostly the adding or modification activity take place. Mostly the adding or modification in this table take place. So that's why it is called as transaction table, or we can say it is a child table. And in this case, you will see the columns like employee number, employee name, and only we have department number. So now one more table we are having that is called as parent table, or we can say master table. So in this master table, we are having department number, department name, and location. Now in this case, you will see in the child table, we have added foreign key constraint for department number. So to link the child table and parent table, we have created a relationship between department number of child table and department number of parent or master table. So we are connecting these two tables by department number and department number of both the tables. Now the parent table or master table which is having a primary key column as department number. So during creation of the parent table or master table, we define department number column as primary key constraint. We add primary key constraint for department number. Similarly, first during creation, we will create first master table, which mostly the records will be stable. Mostly the parent or master table, the records will be stable. No addition, alteration or modification will be done in this parent master table frequently. So the primary key will present in this department number. Likewise, after creation of this parent table, first we will create the parent table or master table and we will define department number as primary key. Next, our next step will be create a child table or we can say transaction table. So in this case, we will create employee number, e-name and department number. And for this department number, as this is a child table, we will define this department number as foreign key constraint. We will add department number a foreign key constraint and we will connect this department number with department number of parent table using this relationship. So this is the parent and master table. So we'll create this both the tables and we'll discuss further. So now first step is we'll create a master table. We will create a master table whose name is department 2. So see the syntax. So create table department 2, department number. I have column number, department number. Then column next column is d name and location as we seen in the pen. Now department number is having data type number and constraint we are adding that is user defined constraint. Already we have discussed about user defined constraint. So the constraint is user defined constraint and the constraint type is primary key and the name of constraint is department number underscore pk. So we are defining this first column as primary key. Next, dname varchar to 50, location varchar to 20. So no constraint further we have added. So let's create the department 2 table. Yes, you will see the department 2 table is created. Now, let's create a master table. Sorry, a child table. This master table is created now. So this is the master table. Now let's create a child table name as employee table. We are creating the child table that is EMP2 table. Now, columns will be EMP number, data type as number, constraint. Now we are adding constraint that is again the primary key. Where added constraint again the primary key. We will add further the foreign key in the next step. We will add the foreign key in the next step. So the constraint will be EMP number underscore pk 3 as primary key. So again the employee number is having primary key with user defined name EMP number underscore pk3. Next, employee name, e-name, varchar 2, size is 50, salary, commission, age, and department number. So this is the department number with number 10. Let's create the table. So we have created the table. So again it says name already exists. Okay. So let us drop the table first. So drop the table first. So I will write drop table emp2. So let us drop the table. So if I fire this, yes, the table will be dropped. Now let's fire the query of table creation. So if I fire the query, yes, so the table emp2 is created. So we have master table and child table with us. So let's see how the foreign key works. So the now next step is to add the foreign key in the existing table. We have to add foreign key in the existing table. So let me take you through the pen again. So we are adding foreign key always for the child table. We are adding foreign key always for the child table, right? So this is the department number. So we will add foreign key for the department number of the child table. So let's see how it adds. So we have again command, that is alter command. So alter table emp2, that is our child table. Add constraint. So we are adding constraint department number underscore fk. So we are adding foreign key to connect with the master table. So the user defined name will be department number underscore foreign key, and the foreign key type, that is foreign key. Next, into bracket, I am writing department number. So this is the column name, into bracket department number. So I am repeating, please pay attention. We are adding constraint called as foreign key for the existing table, that is child table. So child table emp2 is present. Add constraint department number underscore fk. This is the user defined name, and original type is foreign key, into bracket for which column I am adding this foreign key, that column name is specified. So department number is the column. References, department to table and column dpt number. See, this query connects the two tables together using the foreign key. See here, we are adding the foreign key constraint for child table emp2. Add constraint department number foreign key. Department number, this will be the column name of child. References, we are connecting with department to table and with column department number. So let us fire this query. So if you fire the query, you will see the table 2 is altered. So successfully we have added the foreign key. Now let us see the data in the into the tables. So this is emp2 table. Next we have department table. So employee table have employee name, number, name, sal, commission, age, and department number. So if you see the department, that is master table, only department number, d name, and location is present. Now next step is, first we will add data in the parent table or master table. So this is the structure of the master table. So insert into department 2, that is master table values. So department number 10, IT Pune. IT is department name, Pune is location. So let's fire this query. Yes, data inserted. Similarly, let's add one more data. Yes, one more department, civil is added. One more department, mechanical added. One more data added, account section, and make commit. So let us commit. Yes, commit complete. So let us view the data which we added. Select star from DEPT2. So department 2. So this is the data which we added. So department numbers are there, department name and location. Now the next step is to add the data into the child table. So let us view first child table, that is emp2. Select star from emp2. So this is a structure of table. So likewise we are adding department number, name, salary. So this is commission, age, and this is department number. So one by one I am adding the data. So this is first row. Yes, row is added successfully. Second row added successfully. Third Yes, one row inserted successfully. Next, fourth row inserted successfully. Next, yes, fifth row is inserted. Then sixth row, then seventh, then eight. Yes, so eight entries we have inserted. So let's view the data from EMP2. So these are the eight records we have inserted. You can see the department numbers. So in the master table, we have department number 10, 20. You can see this is a master table. Let me view the master table also. So this is the master table. You can see the department numbers. So these department numbers are present in the child table. Let me view the child table also. Yes, this is the child table. Department numbers, name and everything details are present in the child table. Now, what if I want to insert into my child table department number 90 which is not present in the master table? As let me take you through the pen. As we have connected this child table with the master table. As we have connected this child table with the master table, you can see here department number in master table. Let's concentrate on the master table. We have department number 101, 102, 103, 104. So these are the records in the master table. All these records are present in this child table. So 101 is present, so that's why we can insert 101 department, 102, 103, 104. These departments we can insert in the child table. What if I want to insert department number 100 which is not present in this master table? In child table I want to insert department data of department number 100 which is not present in the master table. If this is the case, the Oracle will not allow us to add data in child number of department which is not present in the master table. So this is the syntax which you have to remember, or we can say this is the rule. If the master table doesn't contain specific department number, it will not allow that department number to add in this child table. So let's try to do this into our Oracle. So now into this we are adding employee number 2, that is EMP2, that is child table. So now the 90 is department number. So you can see the records. So first employee number 9, name Suhas, then 200 salary, commission 1, then 34 is age and department number 90. So which department number is not present in our master table? So if you run this query, it will throw an error. So let's see what error message it will show. Yes, you can see the integrity constraint is violated. It will show the error like parent key is not found. So in master table or in the parent table, this 90 number department is not present. So if you view the department table, you will find that 90 number is not present. So that's why it is not allowing us to add the data into child table. So first, for that you need to do, or you need to add 90 department in the parent table or in the master table. So let us add 90 department in the master table, that is department number. So insert into department 2 values. So department number is 90, department name is admin and location is Delhi. So if you run this query, yes, one row is inserted. Now I am adding the data into the child table, that is of department 90. So now in this case data will be inserted because this 90 department is present in the master table. So if I run this query, yes, it will show that one row is inserted. So let's view in the child table. So if I view the child table, it will show the 90th record is present, or it is inserted successfully. So let us commit the changes. So commit is used to save the transaction which we done. So commit is done to save. So again I'm reminding you, if you have not gone through the DDL or DML commands, you can go and watch the video. The link is there in the description box. Now let's take a requirement, simple requirement. So this is our requirement that get employee number, employee name, department number and department name. So this is two types. Let me erase this. Okay. Department number, department name from employee 2 and department 2. That is child and master table. We have to get all these records. So again, you have to connect or you have to use the join funda. Again, if you have not gone through the join concepts, I have created a separate video on the join. Please go and watch join video before watching this video. So again, the join video, I have added the link into the description box. Please watch the join video and then try to understand the foreign key constraint. Now, as per the requirement, let us first view the tables. So let me close this. So this is the child table. Let us view the department table also. So select star from department 2. So we are viewing the two table data. Yes, now in this you will see this is the department or master table and this is the child table. So as per requirement you can see that this is the requirement. As per requirement we want employee number. This is employee number. Employee name is present in child table. Then department number is present in child table. But department name is not present in the child table. It is present in the master table. This is department name. So that's why we have to use the join concept. So A is the alias name. So for the first table, we are using A dot employee number, A dot E name, A dot department number. For the first table, alias, we had given table level alias, that is A for table number 1, that is EMP2. Next, B dot D name, department name is present again in the second table. So that's why B is alias given to the second table, that is department. So B dot D name and B dot location again it is present in the second table. So B is alias. From EMP1, EMP2, that is table number 1, space alias which we used, comma, department 2, table number 2 name, space alias which we used, where A dot department number is equal to B dot department number. So if I run this, you will get the output like, yes, so EMP number, E name, department number, D name and location. All the records are fetched successfully by using the join. Now, let's try to remember the things. So to delete the data from master table, that is department 2, this table, this is the master table. So if you want to delete data from the master table, that is department 2, table on which child table is dependent. If you are interested to delete records from the master table, that is department 2 table, on which the child table is dependent, Oracle will not allow. If the child table is dependent on this master table, to Oracle will not allow. So what you need to do first you have to delete the child data and then you can delete the master data. So let's try to delete the data from the master table, that is department 2. So in this department 2 we have 10 department number. Let's try to delete this. If I try to delete this, it will throw an error. It will say that integrity constraint violated. Child record is found, which is dependent on this particular master table. So first we will delete the record from the child table. So let us see the child table. So this is our child table. This is our child table which we have record of department 10. So first we have to delete all the records corresponding to department number 10. So to delete record we have command or syntax like delete from EMP2, that is table EMP2 child table, where department number is equal to 10. So all the records corresponding to department number 10 will be deleted. So if I run this query, yes, two rows are deleted successfully. So if I view the employee table, or already we have view here. So this is the employee table. Let me run close and once I can view. Yes, okay, this is the employee table. You can see departments in which 10 department number 10 we have deleted. Now let's view the department or master table. This is the master table in which department 10 is present. Now let's try to delete department or master table who is having data, who is having department number 10. Now it will allow us to delete the department number 10. So delete from department, let me copy this. and paste here. So if I try to delete the record from the master table, so this is department 2 master table. So department number 10 already in the child it is not present. So now it will be easily deleted. So yes, now it will show that one row is deleted. So if you view the department, you can see that department 10 will be deleted. Department 10 will not be there. Yes, so in this you will see that 10 number already we have deleted. So this is how all the constraints work. So in this video we have covered the different constraints, like the on delete cascade is one of the concept. We will discuss this in the next separate video. So in today's video we have covered the constraints, like, so we have discussed about foreign key constraint, then we have discussed about how to add constraint after creation of the table. So if you have created the existing table, how to add constraints afterwards. Then we have covered about default constraint, then we had covered about check constraint, and these are the things which we covered in the today's class. So I hope you have understood all the concepts associated with the constraints, that is different constraints. So please do like my channel and do subscribe my channel, and we will meet in the next video. So thank you all of you, and have a wonderful day ahead.